Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back. It is Saturday, which means, of course, another Doctor Who review for you. A little bit later than my usual time for posting, um, but I have a good reason for that, and that is simply because, in case you missed it on my community tab, I was off going up to an event in Dublin today. I literally, as I'm filming this, just got in the door. And so it wasn't until my getting the bus home from Dublin did I decide to finally stick on the Interstellar Song Contest, the latest episode of Doctor Who. And because I've been ducking and weaving spoilers, mainly staying off of Twitter for the free moments of when I wasn't walking around town. So, what did I think of the Interstellar Song Contest? It started off decent and then finished on a high. So, if you haven't seen the episode and you don't want to be spoiled, this is your one and only chance to click off, because I am going to. There's two massive reveals. One of them being who is Mrs. Flood, though a lot of people kind of guessed who she was, and those guesses were correct. But there's somebody else that even I didn't expect, and my jaw literally, like, normally I would have been like a bit more reactive, but again, because I'm on a bus, a public transport coming home, I literally just I couldn't be as energetic about seeing both of these two reactions that happen at the end of the episode. So, yeah, the Interstellar Song Contest is basically just Doctor Who, the Eurovision, where it's, like I said, it starts off okay. You know, they land, they're taking someone's space. The place gets kidnapped. Held for ransom because there's two people from this species that this corporation butchered their home planet just for to steal their poppies to turn into honey. And they get a bad reputation as being these evil people. So what are they going to do if they're automatically considered evil? Well, they're just going to act evil, and so that's what the kid does. Literally, his name is Kid, and so he's rigging a delta wave. I clocked that right away. It's like, delta wave, just like in the season 1 finale, where the Doctor is making a delta wave to wipe out all life to kill the Daleks. And so that's a nice, neat little callback. He ejects a whole bunch of people out into space, the Doctor being one of them, but because he knew something was up, he managed to rejig it so to save 100,000 people that were in attendance. And so he goes and tries to figure out what's going on. And then this is where the episode gets taken up a notch for me, because started out about a 6, 6 to a 7, average episode of Doctor Who for me. Then we get to see more of Ncuti Gatwa's darker side to the Doctor, and I loved it. I love when the Doctor goes dark. I really do, because it gives the actor who's playing the Doctor at that specific time to flex their acting chops. That happened with David Tennant with the Time Lord Victorious. It happened with Matt Smith a bunch of times, mainly in A Good Man Goes to War. Peter Capaldi. Oh God, you do not want to piss off that Doctor, because he would rain hell on you. Jodie, not so much, and then 14 is, he's David Tennant, so obviously it's kind of interlinked, but 15, oh my God, did I love him this episode. Like, holy fuck, was that good. Him saying like, oh, you put a cold piece in my heart, and there's nothing that's going to stop you, and nothing's going to stop me from stopping you. And he does that, he's with this couple, of Gary and Michael, or Mike, and turns out they're just what the Doctor needed. One is excellent with holograms, the other is a nurse, so because the Doctor gets brought back to life after something happened whilst he was out in space. And that is the first of the big two reveals, and that is of Carol Ann Ford, Susan. My jaw dropped. Like, again, if I had watched that, as soon as I woke up, if I woke up and then watched the episode straight away instead of having to go to Dublin, I would have lost my shit because we have been waiting for this. We have been waiting for the return of Susan, especially considering the fact that it was teased to us last season. So if if we see Susan in the finale, I'm going to flip. I am so excited and so hyped for this. And then, so he that saves the Doctor. He uses a confetti cannon to bring himself back to the station, and so then Belinda, she obviously survived because she didn't get sucked out like the Doctor did, and so she sees the Doctor saying that stuff to Kid, and she's shocked by this because she's never seen this side of the Doctor before, and it gets a whole lot worse because just before the Delta wave gets to go off, killing 3 trillion lives, because that's how many people are watching the Interstellar Song Contest. The Doctor sends a hologram. The guy figures out that it's not the Doctor, and then he just turns around and, oh look, there's the Doctor, and oh, he immediately disarms the Delta wave, and oh, it's a good thing I had someone who's good with holograms, because I can get them to turn it so that way the holograms inflict pain. So let's see how you like being inflicted by 3 trillion volts of electricity. And he goes for it. Like, that's it. That's dark. That's probably not the darkest that we've seen the Doctor being, but the Doctor was about to kill him. He really wanted to kill him. Even got flashes of Susan begging him to stop. Wouldn't do it. But the moment Belinda came, because the Doctor didn't know that Belinda had survived, she's there. She's alive. She appears. He stops. He realizes what he's done, and so they get arrested. Everyone's saved. It turns into the Doctor nearly killing everyone to his everybody lives moment. And so then they realize that through a holo recording of Graham Norton, that they finally learned that it was the Earth that was destroyed on May the 24th of 2025, literally just as Belinda left. And so they use the Vindicator to go back there, and then the episode ends with the TARDIS doors exploding inwards. Cut episode. And then we get another scene where the last person to be revived is, of course, Mrs. Flood, who turns out to immediately bi-regenerate into another Time Lady. And then it's revealed, to no one's surprise really, that Mrs. Flood was the Rani. Who'd have thunk it? I think we all figured it out from season 1 that Mrs. Flood was going to be the Rani. And now we have 2 Ronnies. But it confirms something to us in terms of like the bi-regeneration. Like the new version is the dominant version because she says, I'm the Rani, the Denefit article, if you would. Calling back to the first Doctor, from Twice Upon a Time, which was honestly, I was flipping out at that point, when it was revealed, even though I knew it was, but a small part of me was like, what if this is the Master again? Because it would just be Russell to bring back the Master. But the fact that it's the Rani, I'm so happy about. But I'm still annoyed that the bi-regeneration is still a thing. It's could have just given us a cool regeneration. Russell, you could have given us a perfect regeneration scene there, but you had to again stick with the bi-regeneration, which it's fine, I suppose. I'll live with it. The only downside to the episode that I have is the same thing that I've been saying since Wild Blue Yonder, the Mavity situation. It's so stupid. The joke's gone on far too fucking long at this point. It's so stupid. Like, it's not mentioned in every episode. It's been a while since Mavity was mentioned, but every time it gets mentioned, I'm taken out of the episode. So I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, just let this stupid joke die. That's how I feel about it. So that's why, like, on Twitter, I gave it a 9.5. Literally, I'm being that petty bitch by saying that, the constant use of Mavity knocks the episode down a peg for me. But that has been my review for the Interstellar Song Contest. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And only 2 more episodes left, one of which I will, of course, be seeing in cinema. Yes, at 6 o'clock on the 31st of May, my ass is going to be sat in that theater to watch it on the big screen for the very first. Like, this is my first Doctor Who watching on the big screen, because I didn't get to do it last year because my local cinema didn't do it. I didn't get to do it for the 50th anniversary because, again, my local cinema didn't do it. But now that they are, you bet your fucking ass I'm going to see it. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Catch you all on Monday for the vlog where I go to see my favorite author in person. So I'll catch you all on the next upload.